to do.
Fascinating. A confluence of non-baryonic streams going where?
No. It's the Vex.
I thought I might prepare a little supper. Very well. Yes, Master Bruce.
It was my fault, Hopeful. I made them interfere.
No.
If I hadn't gotten scared.
Know how to fight 6 men. We can teach you how to engage 600. You know how to disappear. We can...
That one's way too long.
Very interesting theory. I have a simpler one. You're all not worthy.
So welcome to the Big B and Little E Fantasy Football Show. Joining me as always is Big B.
The captain is back, and he didn't skip leg day.
And Pumpkin.
Tuco, Benedicto,
Yeah, she's in the background, but
Maria Ramirez,
behind me.
Known as the Rat.
and any other aliases he might have.
Oh, that's a good one. And then this one.
They're gonna feel pretty stupid when they find out.
Find out what?
They're screwing with the wrong people.
Okay. So that was some old sound clips for our enjoyment. So this show could be called Fantasy Football Rejoice because I had a 5-3 week, so I'm trying to feel more positive about fantasy football. Because how did I do that with Ezekiel Elliott's bye week?
Really?
And I won your league. And guess what? I could still win your league.
Sure. It's not too late yet. You gotta keep winning.
Yeah, but I mean, I beat him. I beat him by like 30-some points or something.
You played George this week?
I played George. That's an eminently winnable game, too.
Yeah.
So,
I played one of the 5-2 records.
Oh, Tim O'Neill.
I beat him already.
Oh, one of the Murrays.
No, the young lady I used to work with is down in San Antonio. The one whose team is Why Can't I Draft Michael Phelps?
Oh, okay. Okay, so
It amazes me in this league that I looked at the league transactions yesterday. If she was able to go in, not even on waivers, on free agency, and pick up Jeremy Hill and Latavius Murray. It's like, jeez.
well, they shot their wads.
Well, we'll see.
Don't be concerned about that. Because
Considering that you can get that at this point and get it that easily.
last week, if you had Latavius Murray and Jay Ajayi, you put up more fantasy football points than anybody in human history.
I know. And I mean, I've sat there laughing at people in drafts as they grab Melvin Gordon. Good luck with that. Yeah.
Well, that was Tim O'Neill's only good pick.
In UFFL?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It came down to Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
And, in this whole, Derek Carr thing, no. Son, just don't. Derek Carr, I'm going to stream somebody this week who I guarantee you scores more points than Derek Carr.
His schedule is really nice, but that doesn't mean he'll do good every week.
Well, they apparently have no defense. So when you have no defense, you can't be throwing the ball perpetually.
Who are they playing?
They are playing... I can remember this if I think hard enough. Who?
Tampa Bay.
With Jaquiz.
Yeah. And Tampa Bay, well, they have a good line. I think they're very tough against the run, so, Latavius is probably not going to do much. but they can be thrown on. So Carr might do okay.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm streaming Alex Smith.
I am too in G2K. I did it the other couple weeks ago. I got 9.
Did you like that 3-point thrashing I gave you in G2K?
I'm glad you held on and win because it was a useless win to me.
Yeah.
Now my only running back in UFFL was C.J. Anderson, so I've written that team off. I'm done there.
Yeah, Colin on his best team. Well, Colin has a 5. Wait, we played 7 weeks, right?
Yep.
So he has a 6-1 team and a 5-2 team.
Wow.
And on his 6-1 team, he drafted Booker late. So it's like, wow. It's another one of those, the rich get richer. And
I certainly had him handcuffed to all my CJ teams, but I went in last week and I picked him up on every other team that I could. I got him on 8 teams. The only ones that he was already taken were our keeper leagues, G2K and UFFL. Somebody else had him, but every other league I got him. So maybe this is a move that'll work out for me. I don't know.
well, he'll probably definitely. Well, I don't know. I'm not really a big CJ fan. He burned me last year, I guess.
Yeah, I put Lacey on my I'll never draft him again list.
Yeah, that guy's done. So is Des Bryant.
Yeah, these guys are going to play a season, stay out there, put up good numbers, stay healthy, and then I'll say the following season, okay, I guess you're all right.
And I mean, Jamal Charles is definitely entering that territory for me.
Yeah, I only got him on 1 team this year, but I mean, he could still be something late in the season and during the playoffs, maybe. But for now, you just got to bench him and wait and see.
So, as we would typically follow, our format is we name some starts, some sits at each position, excluding kicker and D.
Yep.
Because start whoever you want there, sit whoever you want there.
Yeah.
And then we typically have like a pickup of the week, but that's usually one of those other positions. So sometimes I do stray from that and do quarterback. Do kicker or tight end. No, wait, do kicker or defense. And then we end it. Notice how I said that. So who's your start at quarterback this week?
I think Carson Palmer. He's playing that awful Carolina defense. I think he's going to want to show a little better, a little revenge from... Is that Lumi?
No, that's Melody still.
Oh, I know.
Show a little revenge from the Brian's car gets wrecked bowl.
Yeah, from the last year's NFC Championship game.
I haven't watched on Amazon Prime. They have a show about the last year's Cardinals. And so I've watched like 5 episodes. There's like 9 episodes. So I haven't gotten to that game just to see how much Bruce Arians is probably stroking out during that game.
Well, you probably went to bed. You should have seen his reaction in that barn burner 6-6 tie Sunday night.
Oh, I didn't even watch any of that.
I know. That helped me. I was trying to hold on to leads, and with no points hardly came out of that, it was like, sweet.
Yeah.
But when his kicker missed, he had this, he has that play sheet that he's always holding up there, and he just takes it and just goes, and throws it on the ground.
That dude curses. I mean, you can hear on that show every other word's the F-bomb, and he's a big cursor. Well, my quarterback starter is going to be Dalton, because I find it hard to believe, and this, pertained to what I did this morning, which was vote, that statistically the Redskins have the number 11 pass defense in the NFL. What?
Wow.
You know why they do? Because you can run all over the Redskins, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. Because everybody's making a big deal after 3 or 4 games that Green Bay had the number 1 run defense. And then you looked at their schedule and it was like, oh, no wonder they do. No wonder they were playing, the Giants. They were playing Detroit. I mean, they were playing teams that don't have running games. But yeah, they were number 1. Incidentally, I don't want to go too far off track here, but I am kind of like grinning over the fact that the garbage division for a few years now has been the NFC East. all 4 teams are above 500, and no other division can say that right now.
Yeah. Well,
They have the best.
Good.
They have the best winning percentage outside their division, so it's not just a fluke because that would cancel each other out anyway with wins and losses within. But they have the number one. They're just slightly ahead of the AFC West.
I think the new garbage division is the AFC South.
Well, they were recently when like what, a 7-9 team a couple years ago won the division. Now they had a big year last year, but they're back there again.
Who's your quarterback sit of the week?
Well, since I want to stick with a true starter, I'm going to say it's a tough matchup second time around in Denver for Phillip Rivers. I don't think he's going to have really big numbers. You can probably find someone else who can do better.
I'm going to say to sit Matty Stafford.
I mean, I can't do that on one team. He's my only quarterback.
Well, I mean, it's just a matter of, you win the last drive. It doesn't necessarily mean anything.
They're playing Houston. Yeah. All right.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. I was just looking at my expert forum, and they added basketball. Okay. All right, who's your running back starts? Do you have 2?
I said Jeremy Hill and Matt Asiata.
Oh, okay. Well, you bombed that one. Good try. He has Jeremy Hill ahead of Gio, but I think Gio will do fine. But that's not my start. My start would, of course, be Booker, who hopefully you're able to pick him up this week. And the other fill in Jaquiz.
You wouldn't be able to if you were in leagues with me.
Well, maybe I'm ahead of you on the waiver wire. Okay.
Too late now.
Who are your sits? You said Hill and who else? Asiata?
Asiata.
Because Chicago can be run against.
And McKinnon, it looks like if he plays, he's limited. He might not play at all. We don't know yet. So he's a man.
Hill and Bernard comes down to who gets the touchdown. That's probably the difference.
Yeah.
Good luck guessing that.
And again, Hill's playing the Redskins, and you just said that anyone can run all over them.
Well, I mean, how are the Redskins 4-3 with the number 11 pass defense? You can run all over them.
I don't know. They've won what, 3 in a row. They had a 4-game winning streak. They lost, but I don't know. They don't look that bad when I see them. It's like a lot of times it's just hanging in there and pulling the game out at the end, and they've been able to do that probably a few times.
Yeah, teams have a tendency to play down to the Redskins level, I think.
Yeah, and some teams can't finish. The Redskins, so far, for the most part, it looked like they can. You get W's that way.
Excluding giving a touchdown to 38-year-old Anquan Bolden.
Incidentally, you need to go in, and I'm sure you didn't, but you need to go in and look at the box score for me in UFFL last week.
Okay. Was it one?
I had Bolden in, but I scored 121 plus points, and I lost.
Awesome. With 8 players and half-point PPR.
And I lost by like 1.58.
Ugh. Who's your running back sits?
It's kind of, all right, well, Jamal Charles and LaShawn McCoy. Don't mess with them.
Those are kind of easy ones.
Rex Ryan's such an idiot. Why did he play McCoy last week? He's important to that team. And they should have just gone with Gillislee the whole way. And now he's re-injured himself, and they're going to lose him for a number of weeks. Who knows how long.
I'm going to go with, I agree with you there. Rex Ryan is an idiot.
Stupid.
Him and Hootchamcall might be looking for a job this offseason.
Reminded me of the Redskins' Shanahan when he played an injured RG3, and that pretty much he gets injured more, and that just ended his career right there.
You got to keep reminding me of that.
Ugh.
I'm going to go with Ryan Matthews, who we talked about earlier off camera,
Yeah.
and Matt Jones.
Yeah. The fumbler.
Sorry, I took some easy ones too. I'll apologize.
You watched that game last week? I'm sure you did.
No, I watched part of it. I was at work, so I didn't get to watch some of it.
I never did find out, but there was that one fumble, might have been the second one, where he and Cousins couldn't make the handoff work.
Okay.
I thought that really should have been Cousins' fumble, not his, but I'm not so sure whether they didn't give it to him.
Well, why not? Why not pile on?
Well, I don't have him starting, and I do have Cousins, so if they gave it to him, that was fine with me. Didn't lose 2 points for my quarterback, but he never really seemed to have the handle on it when he turned around to give it to him. So to me, it should have been his fumble.
What do you got for wide receiver starts?
Here I'm going a little deeper, not with some bigger names. Marquise Lee in Jacksonville, he's actually been doing something since no one else is.
Okay.
And a guy that if you've been paying all attention, he is doing something because of all the attention that A.J. Green gets, but Brandon LaFell.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm gonna go with probably he should have been the pickup of the week if we'd done a show last week, but we didn't. I'm gonna go with Ty Montgomery, just because he gets points.
Yep.
Now in FanDuel they have him scored on the running back scale because they didn't want people double dipping, the bastards.
Damn them.
And Larry Old Man Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Old but still classy.
Carolina doesn't have a secondary. That's why I think Palmer will do good. Their receivers should do pretty good this week.
They're missing Josh Norman. Hi, Mel's. Get down, babe.
Yeah, they are.
So who are your wide receiver sits of the week?
Two early second round or even late first round picks that are doing nothing. Allen Robinson, Jordy Nelson.
Oh, man, you like to rub in today. About my boy Allen Robinson, who I took in nuts.
Ugh. I'm glad I stopped drafting him. I think I got him on the first 3 teams, and I said, all right, I need to back off. And then I never drafted him again, and right now, 3 is bad enough.
Craig Nelson thought you could get him in the 5th round in my draft.
I know.
That would have been an appropriate cost at this point.
He's lucky that I couldn't do that for him.
I'm going to go with Stephon Diggs, who is actually listed as, a start this week, and I'm sort of like, okay. And I know he's tough and all, but Cameron Meredith.
To me, we don't know what he was. Hoyer's boy. And Jeffrey has always been Cutler's boy. So I'm kind of thinking. I actually dropped him in collective bargaining, Meredith. I'm thinking you're going to see the targets and catches go back to Jeffrey, and just don't know. I'm not saying Meredith won't get anything, but I don't think it'll be him and Cutler tearing it up.
Yeah. Who's your tight end start?
C.J. Fedorowicz.
Oh, okay.
And because under the hope, and again, this is key to this pick, under the hope that McCowan is back starting this week, then Gary Barnidge.
Oh, you had 2. Okay. I'm going to go with, your buddy Kyle Rudolph.
Who they play? Chicago?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Your buddy Kyle Rudolph.
Okay.
So who's your tight end sit?
Zach Ertz, because they lost that lineman to, I don't know, a drug suspension. I forget his name. So all they've had him doing is blocking to help out. So he's useless as a receiver. And the other one who's such a disappointment, I thought he was going to do better, and he's just done worse. And we should know since we drafted him in Temple of the Dog. But Clive Walford.
Oh, what a bum.
He is.
I'm going to go with my sit being Hunter Henry, who I was very excited about, but apparently I was very fortunate that on my Dynasty team I had this guy named Jack Doyle, too.
I think they're both going to be good. I think Hunter has the biggest ceiling of the two,
Well, he's dinged up.
but he's got a concussion. So until he's back and cleared, then you got to be careful with him. Yeah.
We're going to kind of abridge it here, but you stay on the line, Brian, because I want to talk to you a little bit more. But we're going to kind of abridge it here because my bladder is calling me again.
Oh my God.
Till next week. We will see you next week.
I stay out too late.
Yeah, everybody. Good
Got
luck.
nothing